Now this video is bound to piss some people off, but do you know what? I don't fucking care. This shit has to fucking stop. I don't care what you say. Given the choice, any woman would much rather have a buff Chris Hemsworth on top of her than a modern day Russell Crowe. But forget about that aspect. You should be taking the very fucking best care of yourself possible because it's the right thing to do. Why is this bullshit still being perpetuated? The dad bod is killing middle-aged men. On top of that, it's setting a really bad example for younger men, and it's giving them this like false belief that it's fucking acceptable once you get over 30 to be massively overweight and have man tits. You know, it's become like widely acceptable that that is a norm. You know, you're not going to have any judgment for that when you get over 30. It's fucking ridiculous. At what point in life are we supposed to stop giving a shit about our well-being? At what age does it become acceptable to do that? Please don't talk to me about fucking body positivity, okay? Not getting any exercise and not giving a shit about your nutrition is not body positivity. If anything, it's body negativity. You have a responsibility to yourself, to your wife, to your girlfriend, to your children, to fucking society, to keep yourself in the best condition possible that your conditions will allow, so that you can be the best possible version of yourself that you can be. I was in the park the other day. I took my son to the park after school, and he was there with a bunch of his friends, and he's come over and he was like, "Oh, can you play tag with us?" So I was like, yeah. So they wanted me to be on and chase them first. You know, it's a really cool thing. And this was at the end of the day. Bearing in mind, I trained at 4:15 a.m. that morning. I worked a full day in my 9 to 5. But having the energy and the vitality to still do that is a fucking blessing. So I was like, yeah, of course I'll play. Do you know what I mean? Who wouldn't? And as I was running around playing tag with my son and his friends, I could see the other parents looking at me like some sort of fucking freak. Do you know what I mean? It was almost like being fit shamed, because I actually had the energy to play with my son. I wasn't loafing around on the grass. You know, I could feel them judging me with their eyes. So in my head, I like judged them back. I was like, who the fuck are you? How fucking dare you look at me like I'm the fucking freak, like I'm weird because I'm fit enough and healthy enough to run around and play with my son, and you can't be fucking bothered. How dare you fucking judge me? And I'm not exactly a fucking fitness model. Do you know what I mean? I'm just healthy enough to do a full day's worth of activity and still have energy to run around and play with my son. How dare you fucking judge me, you lazy, overweight fucking bastards. And think about it. It says so much about you when you're out of shape and you're overweight. You know, people judge on first appearances. We all do. We all do. You can try and tell yourself, oh no, I'm a nice person, I don't do that. But you're fucking lying to yourself. Everybody judges on appearances. Everyone. When I walk into like a restaurant or wherever, the cinema or the fucking shopping mall, and I see a bunch of guys with like muffin tops and man tits, I fucking judge them instantly. I think you're lazy. You have no fucking discipline. You probably can't stick to things. You don't give a shit about yourself enough to take better care of yourself, not even for the sake of your family and your loved ones, so you can be around longer to provide for them. You know, I think you're basically putting out a signal that you are lazy. You know, you are sending out signals into the world, to me, that you're probably greedy. You know, you have low self-esteem, you're lacking in confidence. Like I just said, you should be doing your utmost so you can stick around for your family on this planet for a longer period of time. And I've said this before, but when you're overweight, you know, you're less likely to be respected in social situations. You're less likely to get a job opportunity. You're a lot less likely to get attention from women. In fact, I would go as far as to say that you don't get any attention from women when you're overweight. You're more likely to get a whole list of diseases and disorders, type 2 diabetes, depression, coronary heart disease, anxiety. You're more likely to suffer a stroke. Now, the dad bod is fucking terrible for men over 30 or younger men or at any age. The only woman who is going to tolerate a man with a poor physique is someone who probably has equally low standards. So they find a partner that is just like them, so they don't have to fucking try and they don't have to take care of themselves because they're lazy too. Misery loves company, right? And this body positivity wave is fucking terrible for the whole world. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be fucking an elite fitness model and have 10% or sub 10% body fat. Of course not. You should have self-worth and self-love. Of course you should. But if you really loved yourself, like you say you do, wouldn't you be taking the best possible care of yourself? It literally makes no sense. Now, some of these people might have eating disorders or depression or whatever, so they're eating on their emotions. But do you know what's good for depression? Getting some fucking exercise. I'm not trying to be condescending or a fucking prick in any way. We shouldn't be fat shaming anyone. You know, we need to put our arm around these people and educate them because they need help. But unfortunately, we live in a fucking weak society where people don't even value themselves enough. And I don't even know why the dad bod is still being pushed to be considered as okay. I don't have a fucking clue. What I do know is that men are getting weaker by the generation. Men are becoming on average more overweight by generation. And testosterone is lower than it's ever been in human history.